Hi, welcome to Community Viewpoint. I am your host tonight, Maria Hurst, and John is behind the camera right now, auditioning for these lovely people here. It is Monday, November 22nd, and I am honored to be joined by two very special people in the community, Mr. and Mrs. Barnum. And you guys do something very special for the community every year, so we want to talk about that tonight. And it's the Community Choir's Christmas concert. So thank you for joining us.
We're glad to be here.
Yes, you're sure welcome.
So this year, let's start out, when did the community choir, when did it form? When was the forming of the community choir?
We're in our 8th year. We're just finishing up our 8th year. January we'll be going into our 9th year. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's awesome. And you both have a musical background.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
You were actually a music instructor, weren't you?
I taught school here,
Okay.
music here in the school district for a number of years.
That's awesome. So I bet there's a lot of people out there who are recognizing you right now. Do you have any of your students in your choir from the past?
No.
Oh, well, shame on you all. Where the heck are you?
Not yet.
We'll get them. We're going to get them because we're going to tell them how they can join. Where was the first concert held? You guys have come a long way since the first concert.
Our first concert was held in the high school auditorium. Did we do 2 there?
We did one concert there, and it filled it.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from there, we went to the
And
Ruth
that's
Community
awesome.
Center. Yeah.
There's 200 seats in there.
Uh-huh.
And then
There wasn't at the time, though.
Oh, okay. But the community center, that fills a lot of people. I've been to a show there, and there was quite a few people there.
Mhm.
There was people even standing. There was so many people.
Right, right.
And we
So-
outgrew that and went to the Nugget Events Center.
That's awesome. So your show is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
When is your show going to be?
Go.
Okay. It's December 8th,
Oh, that's a very nice flyer.
and it will
I like
be
it
at
in
7 p.m., and it'll be at the Nugget Event Center, and it will be really nice. The fee will be $5 per person, or $3 with some kind of canned food for the needy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, it was a number of years we didn't have to charge anything, but the way the economy is nowadays, we've just had to charge some. Helps produce the concert.
And there's a lot of fees that you have to pay for music and equipment and things like that. And really, that admission isn't a lot. $5 is good, and $3 if you bring canned food and you're helping out. And it all goes to a nonprofit organization.
I don't think we've had any complaints about that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. So you'll be Wednesday, December 8th at 7 p.m. The doors open at 6:30 at the Prump Nugget Event Center. And how many people are in the choir?
20.
20 people. How often do you have to rehearse
We
to get
rehearse.
ready?
We rehearse once a week. We start rehearsals. Traditionally, it's been the second week in September. So we rehearse
Really?
September, October, and November, and depending when it is, part of December.
Now, I've seen your shows, and they're fantastic.
Thank you.
And you must be very phenomenal or have a lot of pros, because you do a very fine job and that's a short amount of time to rehearse.
Well,
For the year, isn't it?
It comes with being trained as
Okay.
a musician
Yeah.
Okay.
It
and an
really does.
educator.
Okay.
Actually, there are a lot of people in our choir who haven't sung for a long time until they joined the choir, or some who haven't ever been in a choir, and a few who are experienced.
Okay.
And we really have a good group this year. This may not mean anything to you, but it's a really good ensemble sound. We nobody sticks out, and it's just a really a pleasant thing to sing with that group of people.
Enough people to make it whole.
Uh-huh.
So there's, because you have like your basses and your
Tenors,
tenors and your altos, or I think
altos,
one of those
and
is,
then sopranos.
okay.
You're right.
And again, that a lot of that comes with training the choir. Some years it's easier, and some years it's harder. This year has been easier.
That's awesome. And so you've got to figure out what group they belong in when they first come to audition.
Usually they
And
know,
then-
but not all the time.
Okay. Who can join? Can anyone join, or is it just like if they haven't sung, or if they just sing in the shower?
There is no requirement to join.
As long as they can carry a tune.
Yeah. Usually those who.
But no heavy lifting required.
Sometimes they have to lift chairs.
Actually, sometime, come concert time, I would take all the help I can get with a little bit of heavy lifting.
I was meaning about the tune.
You're
So-
right, yep.
That one
Went over the head.
yeah. I tried to make something funny, and that one may not have worked, but I know there's a lot of people actually in town that go to the shows. I know, having worked with Missoula, there is so many people that actually do stick around after the show and help with chairs and stuff. This is a really friendly town like that. People do that.
They really are.
So do that this year so he can load up all his equipment, right?
Yeah.
I know you have a piano that we borrowed for Missoula
Yeah.
from the choir, and that wasn't very light.
Right.
But it was lighter than a piano, so it was very helpful.
Actually, the digital piano that we have actually belongs to PAC, so
Okay.
whenever there's a PAC function that needs a piano, that's what you use.
That's the one they use, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it's very nice.
It's
Yeah,
quite
it really
nice,
is a
yeah.
nice one.
And Mandy, she's just great.
Oh, Mandy's
We love
wonderful.
Mandy.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mandy Cafeo. She is great, and she played for all of our Missoula Children's Theater, so I just wanted to give her a little shout out. And she just had a birthday, so if you see
Happy
her, tell her
birthday,
happy
Mandy.
birthday, Mandy. And you already told me how many years. How long? You guys started with the choir? I mean, or you started the choir?
Yeah, what happened, and every time I'm on here, I tell this story. There was one of the members of the board who thought it was a good idea to have a community choir. And Lynn was working in the library at the time, and she approached Lynn. Am I getting this right?
You are, yep.
And she said, "Do you know anyone who can direct a choir?" And Lynn says, "Yeah, my husband."
Unbeknownst to you.
So Corky, between Corky and us, and with some help from PAC, we got it going.
That was very nice of you. Having been
It's really
a
You
lot
know,
of a lot of people being volunteered. They're like, wait a minute. But you guys have really brought this together, and it's awesome. I mean, having been to the shows, you guys are awesome. So if you have not seen the Pahrump Community Choir perform, you've got to go.
Yes.
Because it's really a great experience. It's really enjoyable. It's relaxing. It's exciting. It's really nice to hear you guys sing. It really is, and you've done a fantastic job, and we're very thankful that you did.
And this, for the last 3 years, we've had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful accompanist. Marilyn Tenney is top of the heap. She
We've
really
got to give her
is very accomplished. There have been years that we've had good accompanists, and years that we've had to take our accompanist from the choir, people that can play that are in the choir, and then they can't sing for one of the numbers here or there. But we've had Marilyn is just great, and she
Was
can
that
play
about 3
anything.
years ago?
I think it was about
She-
3 years ago.
They moved into town. Her husband teaches at the college, and she
Okay.
called and asked if we needed an accompanist, and
That's the best way to get
Yes.
someone.
so we asked her to come and audition. She just came to our home to audition. She played through a piece, and I said, "You're in."
You've got the job. That's awesome. So we have just a few minutes, but I really want to know what, just kind of taking us back a little further, is there something that you can think of that sticks out that piqued your interest in music to begin with?
Oh, I don't
Like
know.
some inspiration. Everybody has a musical inspiration.
When I was a
what
little
is your-
kid, I heard my sister practicing the piano, and
Mm-hmm.
I would make her mad because I'd tell her whenever she made a mistake. You know, I was about 4 years old.
That's awesome. So she was your inspiration. That's cool.
Was Deanna your inspiration? Yeah.
Well, she had something to do with it, yes.
That's cool.
No, I just, it's hard to live without music.
It really is. I agree. I agree.
I mean, without participating in it.
He really is an unhappy camper if he's not doing something musical.
You can ask her.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yes.
Well, that's nice to hear because we sure need you guys. And it's just great what you're doing. And I can't wait to see your show.
This will be a really fun concert. There'll be a lot of pieces on there that are recognized that people know, and some that aren't, that are really nice.
That's awesome. So December 8th, 7 p.m. The doors will open at 6:30. Is there tickets being sold prior, or will they just
No,
be at the
no,
door?
right
just
there
be
at
at
the
the
door.
door.
Okay, that's usually the easiest. So just arrive at 6:30, get your seat, and enjoy the evening.
And if you come early, hopefully you won't be able to get in because we'll be warming up.
Oh,
So
If
don't
you
come
come-
early,
okay.
you'll have to stand around.
If you
Oh,
come
yeah.
before 6:30, yeah.
the doors will open at 6:30, so you don't have to arrive any earlier than 6:30. And that seats quite a few, doesn't it? The event center, a few
Yeah.
hundred, several hundred.
They can seat up, I think, up to about 400.
Yeah, so there's plenty of room for everyone. So bring your whole family and just enjoy the evening because you will not be disappointed. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I'm
you,
so glad we
Maria.
got this out because I can't wait for people to hear you. They'll be
We-
excited. Maybe you'll get some new members.
Yeah.
We like to get the word out any way we can, and PAC really does a good job with that.
Yeah.
And if somebody's interested in joining the choir to perform next year, the phone number would be 751-6776 for PAC. Cool. Thank you so much.
Next,
You're
if
welcome.
they want to join in the spring, they can call that. We start rehearsals
Oh,
in
that's right.
January.
That's right. I forgot to ask you. There's 2 shows. How much time do we have left? Just a minute?
You can do it.
Okay, there's 2 shows a year, so you're going to have one in the spring too. And this year, what is your title?
The theme will be patriotism.
That's awesome.
We start our
I love it.
rehearsals the second Wednesday in January. Our rehearsals
Nice.
are Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock at the middle school music room.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks
And go
for
enjoy
having
the
us.
show. And I hope you have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving.
And you
And
too.
likewise, and John too.
And John too.
Thank you.
He's waving, John's waving, and he says, Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So we all wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving from here at Community Viewpoint and from Mr. and Mrs. Barnum. And have a safe holiday, and we will see you next Monday.
And welcome back to Community Viewpoint. I'm here. I was behind the camera before. Maria, you had a good time with Lena and her husband, talking about the upcoming choir. So
Yeah, I'm really excited
Choir.
about it. I'm really excited to see their show because they are really fantastic. They really are. So if you get a chance to go, the Christmas concert is Wednesday, December 8th at 7 at the Prump Nugget Event Center, and the doors open at 6:30.
So, and with that, it means it's getting cool. It's getting cold outside. What's coming up first? Oh, Thanksgiving is coming up this
Yes.
coming week.
This Thursday.
And one big shindig that's happening is happening at the community center. You have the brochure in front of you. What is it? What is this?
It's Thursday, November 25th. Dinner will be served from 1 to 3 at the community center. It's at 150 North Highway 160 at Basin. It's the Bob Roode Community Center. It's a community event and everyone is welcome. There's no requirements for it. Families can go. It's just a Thanksgiving dinner that they're putting on for the community. And if you have any questions, you can call 727-9970.
And I call that number, and it's one of the numbers for the Nice Communities Coalition. So
Okay.
yeah, so they're probably one of the sponsors or the sponsor of this wonderful dinner. Yeah, don't be bashful to go there. And also, if you want to help serve, call them up and let them know that you want to donate some of your time. because that's a worthwhile thing to do.
It's
Giving
really
back to-
nice that they do this. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, there's plenty of other things that are happening that on Thursday, but you'd have to look at that's the only information we have right in front of us, but look in the local paper on Wednesday. And I'm sure they had it last Friday also and Thursday, but there's plenty of food to share with everyone here. They have so many turkeys at Smith's. I was over there. You can barely get through that back aisle.
I know, I bought one already.
Yeah, so this is
Did you buy one?
No, I'm going to I'll be down at China Ranch, and they'll have plenty of turkeys down there.
Okay.
They have vultures down there too, but we're not going to be eating them. But yeah, it's a giving time of the year. Yeah, with all that food, you have to have all that food because the next day you're going to start buying all that stuff on Black Friday. I refuse to
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything on that day, so
I'm going.
I'm too old for that.
I'm going.
And also, if we
All the
wanna-
girls go because we're shoppers.
yeah, I'll pass. on that.
Except for, you know what I do want to say about Black Friday? I just want to say I am going to go shopping that day. However, I've been to those sales before, and it's really important to just be patient and be courteous. I've seen a lot of things happen that were not very nice, and I've seen a lot of things happen that were very nice. So please, I've seen people almost get hurt, and it's just really disheartening to see behavior like that on a day when just everybody's trying to do something good, buy something special for their family or gifts for loved ones. So just please just be calm and be courteous. If you're not quick enough to get the item, then it probably wasn't meant to be. People don't have to shove one another out of the way to get at one item. Stores know that there's only going to be a few, but if there's one, there's another, and they'll find, you'll find a way to get it. But it's just not worth people getting at risk of being hurt. You know what I'm saying?
And remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than one way to get to Las Vegas also. So
Right.
a lot of times the South End is just going to be so congested, people would just be so aggravated. Remember, there's a north way getting into Vegas too. You go up to 160, make a right at 95, and there's plenty of malls up on that end of
Yeah.
Las
Yeah,
Vegas too.
There's a lot of stores.
Yeah, it's a much nicer drive, especially that time. Of the
There's
year.
Walmarts, there's Targets, there's Best Buys, there's
Centennial
all
Center, I
different
think.
kinds of stores to go to, and I just don't like. I mean, it's disheartening to see the news stories about people getting injured and this happening or that happening, and so if everybody could just keep the Christmas cheer in their heart while they're shopping, we would all have just a wonderful day and a great shopping experience, and we can all just shop with love.
And what I wanted to talk about too, it's that time of the year since the weather is broken. It went from summer to fall. Now it's pushing.
It's cold.
And you see all the snow up in the mountains today. I want to talk about caulking. One of the things we do for our homes to seal them up. All you have to do is get one of these guns, caulk, a little bit of caulk. You'll see where there's areas around your windows that you can see the daylight, or you can get some of that insulation. It's got sticky stuff on one
Or if you
side.
hear the wind coming through a certain, window or something, that area needs to be covered.
And since it's getting cold again, it's time to change these things, the filters. A lot of air conditioning and heating people say these are better than the pleated ones, the ones that go like this, because those have a tendency to restrict the airflow, even though that some of them
The
smell.
washable ones, you mean?
No, not the washable ones, but they have ones that are pleated. They go like
Oh,
that.
I know what you mean. They're
Yeah.
white.
And some of them
Okay.
have fragrances in them, things like that. But these are tried and true good ones, the cheap ones. Or if you get the wash and wear ones. I have the washable ones, and you just take them out, wash them, put them back in, and they're good forever. So, but you can go to Prump Rentals. We have 3 hardware stores in town, so don't forget that. Prump Rentals, Ace Hardware, and Home Depot for your heating tapes too. Oh, that's what I want to talk about, heating tapes. I plugged my well in today. Those of us who have wells, it's time to, and it's not in a well house. that's lit and is kept warm, then you have to have it insulated. And you should put a heating tape on it to just be sure that the pipes don't break. Because
That's not fun.
No, because a few years ago when we had the power outage in the wintertime, I met a lot of people at Ace that day. Everybody's looking for replacement pipes and other things like that. But we were without power for a couple of days, and that cold snap, and it was just
Yeah.
did a lot of damage. So
And it can really cause a lot of damage. I mean, people can end up digging down and replacing their piping, and
you don't want to do that. Preventive maintenance is what it's called. Caulking, the filters, and we used to have, we had Gunny on here before. Other people, HVAC technicians will tell you to, this is the time of year to check your heating plants to make sure they're working properly. And make sure that your dogs aren't peeing on your unit outside. Remember that? It corrodes it. He told us that. Yeah. Keep your dogs away and the cats away from your units that your heat pumps outside, because they will corrode it when they mark their territories. So caulking is one important thing. Change your filters. Let's see what else we have. Install storm windows and doors if you have them. What I find, I put a storm door in the front. It has the window that comes up and down with the screen, and when there's no wind and the sun's coming through the front, I open the inside door, and that heats up that part of the house real well.
you know what else I think too is make sure that your rain gutters are clear
If you have them,
if you have them, because you can really do some
We have
damage
those.
to your roof if you
right, well,
don't.
we have those at the library too, and a lot of times they get bound up with. There was a Coke can in one of them one time. Sometimes you put gloves on when you do that, because back when I was in Illinois,
Yeah,
I found
for sure.
a dead rodent in there too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yucky.
Have your chimneys inspected by a chimney service, or they sell the kits. I know I saw it at Home or Ace today. You can clean out your chimneys yourself if you.
Can you
feel-
call it chimney sweep?
I don't know if we have those as per se, but we have some other people in town. I forget what their names are, but they will do that for you. Insulate also water pipes that are exposed to freezing cold. Replace the batteries and carbon monoxide and smoke detectors, which you should have done when we did the time change. Check fire extinguishers and charge and replace as necessary. Those are important things to do now that the weather is changing, and it's cheaper to do it now, only for a fraction of price, rather than look back and say, oh,
Should have done it.
yeah, should have done it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
So those are my tips. It's time. It's that time of the year. The heating. There's heating units. All the hardware stores in town that have been stocking them. Supplementary heaters. Make sure you get the ones that when you tip them over, they'll shut off. Or if you have animals, get the ones that are cool to the touch, rather than ones
Yeah.
that. Yeah. You don't
Or
wanna
small children. Watch your small children around those.
Yeah.
And if you're going to deep fry your turkey, please be careful. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many burns that emergency rooms and paramedics see from turkey fryers, so be very
We
careful.
haven't. Yeah, we haven't shown that video in a couple of years of the
Yeah.
fires from the turkey broilers, whatever they call them.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, even just thinking about it, it's like how many quarts of hot oil, like, yeah, just the whole thing sounds dangerous. So we
what's-
got a couple things.
coming up this weekend at the library, Astrology 101, the basics with astrologer Matthew Henniger, and it's free. It's open to the public. Learning the basics of astrology, the parts of your birth chart, signs, planets, houses, and aspects, all things related to astrology. It's going to be Saturday, November 27th at 10:30 a.m. to noon at the community library. It says bring your birth data and receive a free natal chart, whatever that is.
Cool.
If you have any questions prior to that, you can call Matt at 818-427-6870. Do you have your pens handy? 818-427-6870.
Or you can find one of these at the library.
Yes, it's up there too.
And then,
This is our favorite, our folks from Shadow Mountain Community Players. Tell them about that.
yes, they are putting on a show, How Santa Got His Christmas Tree, Saturday, December 4th at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. The 3 p.m. is a matinee show and 7 p.m. an evening performance at New Hope Fellowship at 781 West Street in Pahrump. The admission is 2 cans of food or $2 per person. to benefit the Path of Hope Food Bank. For information, call 751-1867 for information about the Path of Hope Food Bank, or for information about the show, call 727-6145. And it's How Santa Got His Christmas Tree by the Shadow Mountain Community Players. And that is Carlton McCaslin.
Carlton, yeah.
And we just love Carlton. So, hi, Carlton.
He may work in produce over at Walmart, but he's a true ham.
He is just great, and his whole
Isn't he, though?
family, and his granddaughter, she is just she's a very, very talented girl, too. So I'm sure she's in the show. I hope she's in the show, because I want to go see the show.
I think-
And they're just a fan. The whole family does something in the show, and they're fantastic.
I
So
think Carlton, if he could, he'd wear his makeup and his outfits from his place 24/7. He'd be wearing it at Walmart, too. He enjoys himself quite a bit.
I
which is
first
good.
met him at one of his shows at Bonnie Springs, like 11 years ago.
Oh, cool.
When I first got here, and he's just great. So don't miss his show, How Santa Got His Christmas Tree, Saturday, December 4th, 3 p.m. matinee show, 7 p.m. evening show at New Hope Christian Fellowship at 781 West Street. Don't forget to change your filters, do your caulking around your windows, and seal all the cracks up in your house so that you can get your heater has maximum performance, or maximum efficiency, I should say. Don't forget the Christmas concert Wednesday, December 8th at 7 p.m. at the Nugget.
At some point in time,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna go off the air. Goodbye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.